Welcome back to geography class. Okay, good afternoon to one and all here. And at the same time, this is the first session of this week and the first session of the day. Okay, so in the last session, we discussed about the technological and institutional reforms that'll help the farmers to produce more and more agricultural products there. Okay, last topic we discussed about MSP, minimum support price, So the government collecting these food grains, basically wheat and rice directly from the farmers, okay, and the government will store that in the granaries, right? Okay, and later the government will provide that to the people through the PD system, okay, ration shops. Okay, that's what the last topic we discussed. Clear? This activity, basically the minimum support price is helpful for the farmers to produce more food grain and secure a minimum profit. Okay, and at the same time, it is helpful for the poor people. Okay, or socially backward or economically backward people to use more grain. Okay, clear? And creating a food security. So government collecting these food grains from the farmers through an agency called FCI, Food Corporation of India. Clear? You can see underline that Food Corporation of India. That's in page number 45. Page number 45, you can see Food Corporation of India. Okay, so this organization is responsible for procuring and stocking food grains, whereas distribution is ensured by Public Distribution System, PDS, Public Distribution System, PDS. Okay, so commonly we will use a term for that, fair price shops or ration shops. Okay, clear? So there we can see APL cards are there, BPL cards are there, AAY cards are there, right? In different colors. Okay, AAY, Antyodaya Anna Yojana program cards are there. The color of the card is yellow. Okay, ever observed that? No. BPL card, that is pink in color, pink cards are there. Okay, APL cards are of two types. Okay, upper middle class and the lower one. So for upper middle class, it is a white color card, and other APL group, it is a blue color ration cards. Okay. So government categorizes the society or the people in the society, okay, in 1, 2, 3, 4 categories. Clear? Okay, AAY card, AAY. Okay, Antyodaya Anna Yojana program. For them, it is a yellow color card. BPL, it is a pink color card. APL, two are there. One is white color, another is a blue color. So as per this criteria or this division, the government is providing grains for the people, okay, through the PDS system. So the important words here, one is FCI, Food Corporation of India. The second one, PDS, Public Distribution System, or the fair price shops, basically termed as the ration shops in India. Okay. Finally, APL, above the poverty line, BPL, below the poverty line. Okay, above the poverty line and below the poverty line. Okay, related with the economical stability of the people in the society. The government is able to divide the people in different categories. Okay, like APL above the poverty line, BPL below the poverty line. Okay, like that, right? Is that clear or not? So the government is collecting food grain through an agency called FCI, Food Corporation of India. Food Corporation of India. Later, the government will provide or okay, government will provide that for the people through the PDS system, public distribution system. Okay, clear or not? Now, next program for we people, next topic for we people, it is globalization and impact of globalization on Indian agriculture. Impact of globalization on Indian agriculture. Okay, already told you one example for you people, right? We discussed that, remembering that. Related with the wheat production. Any idea? The next topic for us, it is what? Impact of globalization on agriculture. Tell me, what is this globalization? Globalization. Any idea? Any idea?
All over the world. Spreading some type of
okay, so in economics, new textbook, one chapter is there, so the fourth chapter, globalization and Indian economy. In that chapter, you people will learn perfectly about that. Anyway, I will give a simple example. Okay, very good idea about that globalization. Nothing but the market mechanism of entire country or different countries. Okay, so different countries have different market mechanism, right? Clear or not? Market conditions are there, and today entire markets are linked. Okay, India's market is linked with the Chinese market. Chinese market linked with the American one. American linked with the Russian one. Russian market linked with the what? African or South African market, like that. So almost all the countries' markets are linked. Okay, so we are able to purchase the products that are made in different part of the country, sorry, different part of the world. Clear or not? So the gadgets that what we are using, basically those products are not made in India. Maybe the technology is not a Indian technology, not an Indian technology, right? Okay, so that's what interlinking of market, globalization. So allowing other countries or companies from other countries to sell their product in our country. At the same time, our producers also have the chance to sell their product in the rest of the world or other countries' market. Other countries' market. Clear? That's what globalization. Okay, clear? Almost all the countries' markets are interlinked. It is connected. It is connected. So, Indian government always allowing the other countries' companies to sell their product in India. Clear or not? For example, I told that an American farmer, a farmer from USA, producing 1 kilogram of wheat, 1 kilogram of wheat by spending rupees 5. Okay, we are taking in terms of rupees 5. Okay, and the same time, an Indian farmer producing that by spending rupees 10. Okay, clear or not? Clear or not? The production cost of 1 kilogram of wheat, it is in India. In India, it is 10 rupees. The production cost of wheat in America, it is 5 rupees, right? Right? Okay, just imagine this condition. Okay, Rizwan, Lolita, Aman, Hans Steve, John Samuel, Surya. Okay, so just imagine this condition. American farmers are able to produce this wheat for 5 rupees. Okay, 1 kilogram of wheat for 5 rupees, because the government of America is helpful for the farmers. They are supportive. The government is supporting the farmers. Okay, through subsidized fertilizers, subsidized insecticides, pesticides, fertilizers, okay, irrigation, electricity. Okay, everything is in subsidized price. Okay, which means a share of that product price the farmers want to pay, balance will pay by the government. Clear? That's what subsidized prices. Okay, clear or not? So farmers can produce the product for a cheap price there. Okay, so they don't want to spend more money to produce the product there. So cost of production is less. Cost of production is less in America, because basically the farmers are receiving many help from the government, or government is always helpful for the farmers. Clear? So they can produce the wheat for 1 kilogram wheat for 5 rupees. Clear? But in India, the condition is different. Okay, our government is not that much developed one. Okay, there is no money with the government. Okay, our budget is not a surplus budget, not a surplus budget at all. Okay, it's a deficit budget. So some limitations are there for the government to support the farmers. So subsidies are minimal. Okay, low subsidies are there, or less subsidies are there. Just imagine like that. Okay, so farmers can produce 1 kilogram wheat by spending 10 rupees. Okay, there is no other way for the farmers. They have to spend nearly 10 rupees to produce 1 kilogram of wheat. Okay, so remember, Indian government allowed the American farmer to sell, or American company to sell wheat in India. Definitely these farmers will sell, or American companies will sell 1 kilogram of wheat for 8 rupees. Okay, 8 rupees, right? So it will fetch, or it can create a profit for the American farmer, because their production cost is only 5. Okay, clear or not? So they are selling that for 8 rupees. So it is profitable one, right? The business is profitable one. But what about Indian farmers? Are they able to sell that for 8 rupees? They use the 10 rupees to produce the product, and are they able to sell that for 8 rupees per kilogram? No, they cannot do that, because it will create a loss for them. Okay, so they cannot do it. Clear or not? Clear or not? So they will face loss anyway, because nobody will purchase wheat from the Indian farmer, because the price of the Indian wheat is higher than the American wheat. This is a condition. Clear? Some regulations are there in the field of import and export that we will study in economics. Okay, so just understand this condition. Okay, hope this idea is clear for you people. Okay, so this is the trouble basically making by the globalization. This is the impact of globalization of Indian agriculture. So I'm reading here, globalization not a new phenomenon. It was there at the time of colonization. Okay, in the 19th century, when European traders came to India, at that time, two Indian spices were exported to different countries of the world there. Basically, I told you there, right? So the European powers like the Spain, Dutch, Portugal, British people, they reached India in search of spices like pepper, right? Cinnamon and clove. Okay, and there are various different types of spices are there. The South Indian states are famous for this spices production. Clear or not? Clear or not? Okay, so what happened? These European powers already created a link with India. Okay, clear or not? It's not a new phenomenon. Globalization is not a new invention or something like that. Clear or not? Clear or not? Okay, from 17th century onwards, India made a trade relationship with a number of foreign countries. Okay, on the land and through the maritime trade, oceanic trade. Clear? Is that clear or not? Okay, so today it is a new world, a modern world, a contemporary world. So in this world, we are using this term globalization, interlinking of markets. During the British period, cotton belts of India attracted the British, and ultimately cotton was exported to Britain as a raw material for the textile industry. So there are two cities are there in Britain. One is Manchester. Okay, when I heard about Manchester City, a football club. Okay, Liverpool, another club, right? So these cities flourished or developed because of the Indian cotton. Okay, the finest cotton in the world. So Britishers exported the cotton, Indian cotton, from India to Manchester and Liverpool. Manchester and Liverpool, right? Okay. So as a result of that, what happened? That two cities developed. Okay, by using Indian cotton as a raw material to produce cotton fabric, and sold that fabric to different part of the world. Okay, so Indian cotton specialty, we know that it is the finest cotton in the world. Finest cotton in the world. Okay, not only cotton, indigo too. Indigo too. Clear? Okay, indigo. What is the specialty of indigo? You might studied about the Champaran Satyagraha in nationalism. Sorry, in the chapter nationalism in India. Champaran Satyagraha. Gandhi organized the Satyagraha to support the farmers in Bihar. Clear? Farmers in Bihar. The Europeans, basically the British people, forced the Indian farmers to cultivate indigo, a coloring substance, a dye it is. Okay, blue color dye. Okay, so as a result of that, food production reduced in Bihar. Okay, so the people in Bihar faced a problem of famine, starvation. There is no food grain. Okay, clear or not? Studied that, remembering that? Okay, Champaran Satyagraha of 1917. So just to connect that with this situation, globalization, and the impact of globalization in Indian economy. Okay, so completed that. Nowadays, we know that under globalization, particularly after 1990, the farmers in India have been exposed to new challenges. Despite being an important producer of rice, cotton, rubber, tea, coffee, jute, and spices, our agricultural products are not able to compete with the developed countries because of the highly subsidized agriculture in those countries. So, in India, there are numerous favorable conditions are existing, okay, for the production of different kinds of agricultural products there. Okay, fruits and vegetables. Clear or not? Almost all the good climatical conditions are available in our country. Geographical conditions are present in our country. But we are facing a problem to compete with other countries and their production methods. Clear? Why it is so? It is due to the highly subsidized agriculture in other countries. Okay, other countries in the sense of developed countries. Okay, in those countries, basically the governments are able to help the farmers. Okay, clear? The governments are able to help the farmers, but in India, the condition is different. Okay, I only told you that our budget is a deficit budget. It is not a surplus one. Okay, so there is no much money with the government to utilize for the improvement of agricultural production or providing these fertilizers, insecticides, okay, for a subsidized price to the farmers. So problem is there. So underline that paragraph. Okay. Clear? Okay, so today, Indian agriculture finds itself at the crossroads to make agriculture successful and profitable. Proper thought should be given to the improvement of the condition of marginal and small farmers. So, Indian agriculture is facing a trouble today. Okay, so the textbook makers or NCERT says to ourselves that it is important to give stress on small farmers and the farmers with a small land holding, small land holding. Want to give more importance to that groups. Okay, it is being like that. It is caused the land degradation due to overuse of chemicals, drying aquifers, and vanishing biodiversity. Okay, so the problem is there. So green revolution, we already studied that it improved the agricultural production in India, and at the same time that created a lot of environmental troubles. Okay, can anyone tell me what are the problem that we faced due to this green revolution? Any idea? So we know that green revolution basically started in 1960s. Okay, the government introduced a high yielding variety of seeds, right? HYV seeds, high yielding variety of seeds. Okay, usage of insecticides, pesticides, chemical fertilizers. Clear? Constructed number of dams. Okay, so what happened? Agricultural production increased. Okay, and the same time today we are facing lots of problem that related with this green revolution. Can anyone tell me?
Land degradation.
Definitely land degradation. What is the reason for that land degradation?
Deforestation.
Deforestation, correct then?
Soil fertility loss.
Soil?
Erosion.
Fertility is not there.
Soil fertility, that's what land degradation. Okay, quality of the land reduced, which means the fertility of the soil reduced. Natural fertility, very good, natural fertility. Soil erosion, okay then. So,
diseases.
okay, I will come to the point here, remember. So, over usage of this fertilizers, basically chemical fertilizers, definitely it will reduce the quality of the land, right? Okay, natural fertility of the land will reduce. If you are using these chemical fertilizers for a long period of time, definitely it will reduce the soil fertility. Clear? One point. Okay, so over irrigation, it will increase the salinity of the soil. That also will create problem for the cultivation. Clear? Production will decrease. Okay, clear or not? Understand? Okay, and these chemicals, okay, like pesticides, insecticides, all made with chemicals, right? That chemical will mix with the aquifers, okay, or water sources, and will face a problem of water pollution. Clear? So that are those are the problem that we faced, still we are facing related with this green revolution, Now, it is not the green revolution. Now, Indian farmers are giving more stress to another word. It is gene revolution. Okay, what is that? Gene revolution, which means basically these scientists, okay, today they are already completed numerous research to invent a new high yielding variety of seeds. That seeds are capable to fight against the pests and insects. Okay, and it will grow in what we can say adverse conditions. They will use less water. Okay, even able to fight against the diseases and water shortage. Okay, such kind of new crops are available today. Like it's called to be bio BT basically. Okay, biotransferred. Clear or not? Okay, so genetic engineering, right? It's a stream in biology. Heard about that? Genetic engineering?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is. Okay, it's a very good stream with numerous job opportunities are there in that field. Okay, clear. I might have heard about a news where there's a plant. Nearly 40 different types of fruits will grow in that single plant, right? Okay. Heard that? No idea. No. Okay. So
No, sir.
listen now. Okay. So such kind of inventions are there. Okay, by the scientists there. Okay. Clear or not? Okay, maybe it had about the budding, grafting, like the different techniques they are using, right? Tissue culture, okay, like the various techniques they are using to produce such kind of high yielding variety of seeds. Okay, so the word for we people, it is not green revolution today, but it is gene revolution. What is that? Gene revolution, underline that. Gene revolution. Okay, which includes genetic engineering. So genetic engineering is recognized as a powerful supplement in inventing new hybrid variety of seeds. Underline that. What is genetic engineering? Hybrid variety of seeds. Okay. So you know that hybrid cars are there, right? The cars will run in electricity as well as in petrol, right? Cars will run in CNG as well as in petrol, right? Like that, various hybrid vehicles are there, right? Like their plant source are there. The same plant will produce different kinds of fruits there. Okay, I don't know the technicality behind that. Okay, but such kind of news are coming that related with genetic engineering. Genetic engineering. So they are making changes in the genes. Okay, fine. Is that clear or not? These ideas are clear? Hello? Hello? No answers from you? Okay, fine. So,
sir.
last and final topic. It's a conclusion point for you people.
Yes, sir.
Can you name any gene-modified seeds used vastly in India? It's basically the BT cotton. BT cotton. Okay, BT brinjal. Like the two varieties are there. Okay, there's a controversy related with the use of this biologically transferred products there. Okay, high-yielding variety of seeds or hybrid seeds. Okay, so in fact, organic farming. So at the time of Green Revolution, we used almost all the different types of chemicals. Now we are giving importance for what? Organic farming. Organic farming. What is organic farming? An idea? Organic farming. Prajakrishna.
Chemicals.
Yeah. Adidev told that. Come on, tell me. One more time, please.
Sir,
Adidev.
without using any chemical.
Definitely. Okay. So, without the use of what? Chemicals. We are trying to produce vegetables, what you can say, grains. That cropping method is termed as what? What is that? Organic farming. Organic farming. Organic farming.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are not using any chemical inputs to produce the product. Okay, that production method is basically termed as organic farming. Organic farming. Clear? Okay, fine. So next topic for you people, what is the importance of organic farming? If you are going to a vegetable shop, you can see a special counter is there today. Okay, basically in supermarkets. Okay, organic vegetables. The price of these organic vegetables or organic fruits is comparatively higher than the normal fruits or normal vegetables. Normal in the sense, the new normal for we people. What is that? The products that are produced by using chemicals. Clear? Understanding or not? So one other counter will be there. Organic products, organic fruits, organic vegetables, and the cost of these products are comparatively higher than the normal products, right? Why it is so? Why it is so? So Bhadra Pramod, what is the price of 1 kilogram of apple?
100.
Huh?
100.
100. So sad. What about onion then? Tell me, Bhadra. Might boys know that answer. Okay, tell me. How do you mean? Boys are the people basically going to shops regularly. How do you mean? Any idea?
Sir, can you ask again?
Hello?
Can you say it one more time?
Price of 1 kilogram of apples I am asking. Any idea? No idea.
75
80
rupees.
rupees.
80 rupees, 1 kilogram of apple. Fantastic. And what about onion?
300.
60.
300 rupees for 1 kilogram of onion. Fantastic. Savio?
Sir,
Tell me.
40.
40 rupees for 1 kilogram of apple.
60 rupees.
60 rupees. You are
For
bidding
onion.
here. Auction is going on. 30, 40. Then any other ideas are there? Who is able to speak or tell the
As you
correct
wish.
price? Huh? Oh God, so sad, man. Okay, so you people are not going to shops, I think, right? No idea about this price.
Corona.
Corona. Okay, then what is the price of 1 kilogram of Corona?
No price,
Free.
it will come.
It will come freely. Okay, definitely. Okay, so listen carefully. Price of 1 kilogram onion is nearly 30 rupees,
285.
right? 30 to 35, varying from 30 to 35. 1 kilogram apple, it is not 30 rupees, 80 rupees or something like that. It's varying from 180 rupees to 240 rupees, right? As per the quality, 180 to 240. Savio, only consuming that, don't know the price of these products, right?
Yes, sir.
You are the consumer,
Sir.
only the consumer, right? No idea about the price. Okay, so father will buy it and okay, Savio will finish it. Right, Savio? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's it. So Xavier told the truth there here. So come back. Organic farming. Organic farming. So few economists think that Indian farmers have a bleak future if they continue growing food grains on the holding that grows smaller and smaller as the population rises. India's overall population is about 600 million, which depend upon 250 million approximate hectares of agricultural land, an average of less than half of hectare per person. So in India, Indian farmers, scientists says that Indian farmers are facing a problem. Do you know what is that problem? There is no a bright future for Indian farmers because they are cultivating in small land holding. It will not create a profit for them, definitely. Okay, it will not create a profit for them. At the same time, Indian population is always increasing. So agriculture production, that what we are engaged today, it is not sufficient. Okay, so Indian farmers should diversify their cropping pattern from cereals to high value crops. This will increase income and reduce environmental degradation simultaneously. So the textbook makers says that Indian farmers want to give more importance for what? Valuable crops, it seems, instead of food crops. Are you agreeing with that? Huh?
Yes,
No.
sir.
Yes, Melvin is agreeing. Sayu is not agreeing, disagreeing with that. Okay, so myself, I am also disagreeing. Why? Why? If everyone
We will not
cultivating
have
rice,
food.
the price of the rice will reduce. If each and every farmer in the country they are producing vanilla, what will happen? The price of the product will reduce. Clear or not? So diversification of cultivation or agriculture is necessary. Different farmers want to cultivate different crops. Then only they are able to fetch a good profit. Clear or not? All together cultivating the same product means what will happen? There will be no price in the market for that particular product. All right? So we Keralites are like that. Okay. Some years back it is important. What is that? Rubber plantation, very famous. Okay, almost all the farmers in the higher range. Okay, they cut all the coconut trees and they planted rubber. Okay, almost all the farmers. Then what happened? Supply increased. As a result of that, price of the product decreased. Clear or not? Then they heard about vanilla. They started cultivating that by cutting all these rubber trees. Okay, but some planters, okay, they continued the rubber production, right or not? Clear? So those who started cultivation, this vanilla, what happened? Everyone started the vanilla plantation. So price of vanilla also decreased. Clear? So who made a profit here? Those who continued the cultivation of rubber. Understanding or not? So economical thinking also necessary. Better training is necessary for our farmers. Clear? Understand? Want to cultivate the product as per the climatical condition that are present in the country or present in our region, geographical condition present in the region. So sometimes the farmers simply they will use these fertilizers in their field, there, right? Without analyzing the quality of the soil. Okay, without soil testing. So soil, we know that we already studied in first chapter. There are different types of soils are available in our country, right or not? Some soils are alkaline in nature. Some soils are acidic in nature. Okay, fertilizers also like that only. Okay, acidic based fertilizers are there. Alkaline based fertilizers are there, right? If you are using this alkaline based fertilizer in alkaline soil, it will not fetch any result. Clear or not? Loss will be there. Nothing will grow there. Okay. So that kind of a foolishness. Okay. It is because of the lack of training. So better training also necessary for the farmers in our country. Clear? Is that idea is clear or not? So diverse cultivation pattern is necessary, or cultivation techniques Indian farmers want to follow. Then only they are able to fetch a good profit, a good result there. So Indian farmers should diversify their cropping pattern from cereals to high value crops. This will increase incomes and reduce environmental degradation simultaneously at the same time, because fruits, medicinal herbs, flowers, vegetables, biodiesel crops like what is that? Jatropha. Okay, jatropha and jojoba need much less irrigation than rice or sugarcane. So this is a foolishness, right? Okay, we can criticize our textbook also, right? So what they are saying that stop cultivating rice instead of cultivating biodiesel, it seems. Either correct or not? Either correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it seems. This is Melvin Martin is from Pakistan. Are you? Melvin, are you Pakistani man? What you're asking means you're saying all these answers against India. I think they're from China or Pakistan, man. Okay, so remember, so they says that what they're saying here, stop cultivating sugarcane and what is that? Rice. Instead that they cultivate the biodiesel plants, it seems there. That need less irrigation, it seems there. Now what we will eat? We will, can we eat these plants there? Huh? Or can we drink this biodiesel? Okay, definitely we want some kind of development, but they should not use this time to stop rice cultivation and to start other cultivation that fetch something else, it seems. Okay, so just to understand this idea. Okay, Melvin, what happened, Melvin?
Yes, sir.
What happened to you?
No,
So
sir.
serious, trouble? Huh?
Why so serious?
Yes. Huh? What about the lunch? Is that finished or not?
Yes, sir.
Lunch, I am asking about the lunch. Done.
Yes.
What is special today?
Nothing.
Huh? Nothing. What kind of, is that a fish or something else? Nothing. Huh? So Malayalam, I will say, so one fish is this could be natholi, right? The smallest fish, right? Or like that, nothing. Okay, let it be. Okay, everyone, all these ideas are clear for you people, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this chapter done. Chapter done. Okay, clear? So next day, I mean tomorrow, test is there for you people. So learn well for it. At the same time, I will give some questions for you people, very important questions for the examination. Please write down these questions and try to find out the answers. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Write down. Give an account of oil seeds in India.
Can you repeat?
Okay, fine. Give an account of oil seeds in India. Oil seeds in India. Okay. Give an account of oil seeds in India. State the importance of groundnut and name the states where it is grown. Give an account of oil seeds in India. State the importance of groundnut. So, oil seeds, we know that in India, more than 50% it is a groundnut. Okay, groundnut. Okay, and name the states where it grow, groundnut.
Yes, sir.
Okay, question only. I am not going to give the answer here. So, find out the answer from your textbook and write down. After the test, I will upload the notes there, right? Is that clear for you? They're clear for you. I told you textbook reading is compulsory. There are numerous 1 mark answers are there. Simply you are reading the notes. Okay, and you are keeping, some people will keep as an alien object. Okay, and at the time of examination, you search for that and I'll call the teacher and ask him that there is no note.
Sir,
So,
MCQ
first to complete this, then I will give the notes for you people. Okay,
Sir.
clear? Yeah, tell me.
MCQ test.
MCQ test, sir will, coordinator sir will inform you. Okay, so sir will inform. Okay, so don't worry about that, Mr. Savio. Anyway, test is there. That is a compulsory one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then.
Can you repeat the question?
Pardon? How many questions? 30 questions.
No, second question. Can you repeat?
Second question, yeah, right now. So, next question. Explain the two geographical conditions. Explain any two geographical conditions. Geographical conditions. So, Vishnu Priya want more and more questions. Okay, wait, Vishnu Priya will give, wait. Okay. Geographical conditions required for the cultivation of pulses. Required for the cultivation of pulses. Okay. Next question, third question. Third question. What are millets? What are millets? What are millets? Give brief description of what are millets. Give brief description of the climatic conditions. Climatic conditions. Climatic conditions and producing states of the millets. And producing states of the millets. Okay. Next question. Next question. Name any 4 oil seeds produced in India. Name any 4 oil seeds produced in India. Explain the importance of oil seeds. Explain the importance of oil seeds. Oil seeds in our day-to-day life. In our day-to-day life. In our day-to-day life. Fifth one, define plantation agriculture. Define plantation agriculture. Explain any 4 characteristics of plantation agriculture. Explain any 4 characteristics of plantation agriculture. Oh God, I made a mistake there already. Okay, so I already uploaded the notes in the class group. Huh? And you are silent, right? Now I got it.
Sir.
Okay, before completion of the chapter, I already uploaded that. Savio, any idea about that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Okay, come on. Anyways, read from that. Next time we will see. Next question. Distinguish between primitive subsistence farming, primitive, PRI, primitive subsistence farming, and commercial farming, by stating 5 points of distinction.
Sir, will you repeat the question?
Repeating, is this refer?
Yes, sir.
So, distinguish between primitive subsistence farming and commercial farming by stating 5 points of distinction. So, minimum 5 differences. Okay. Next question. Describe any 4 geographical conditions. Describe any 4 geographical conditions required for the growth of tea. So ask only about the geographical condition, no need to write the climatical one, right? Geographical condition for the growth of tea. Mention the 2 major tea producing states of South India. Okay, mention the 2 major tea producing states in or states of South India. Next question. Describe 4 geographical conditions required for the growth of sugarcane. Describe 4 geographical conditions required for the growth of sugarcane. Name 2 major sugarcane producing states of India. Name 2 sugarcane producing states of India. Okay. Okay, clear. So these are some important questions. Basically, CBSE asked this question for the board examination, the previous board examinations. So some importance is there for this questions there. So answers are there in your textbook. Perfectly you marked that. So utilize your textbook. Okay. So if you find a question in the question paper, okay, if you read a question in the question paper, the page of the textbook want to come in our mind. Like that connection we have to maintain with the textbook. Clear or not? A connection like that. Okay. So reading the textbook is compulsory. And don't skip
sir.
it. Clear? Okay. So everyone, any doubts are there? You can ask me now. Okay. So please
No,
read the
sir.
questions. Check it.
Sir, only these math questions.
Who is this? Melvin, not only this question for tomorrow's examination, okay? Many questions are there. I will give you thousands of questions, no problem. If you are thinking about our social science, there are 676 questions are there, okay, for 5 marks. That many are there, okay? Clear? Okay. So that's what our syllabus, that much vast it is. Okay, that many questions are there. Okay, most possible questions I told them. Okay, if you try to sit and making more questions, we can make that also. Clear? So an average, it is nearly
sir.
more than 600. Huh?
No need that much questions.
Ashik says no need of that much question, it seems. Yeah. Anyway, if you're covering the entire textbook, you will be capable to answer those questions also. No problem. Johan, today is a new background, Johan. Is it a real one or you created this one? Johan is going somewhere, I think so. Johan is participating in the Fast and Furious version 10. Johan?
No, sir.
No, okay, okay. So, Naz Praveen, after a long break, what happened to you? Where were you for the last classes? Naz Parveen, not Praveen, Parveen. Sorry, man. Okay, tell me what happened. Where were you?
Sir, I was there.
Okay, fine. I accept it. Anyway, the students, those who participate in the essay writing competition, please send your entries today itself. Okay, or at least by tomorrow. I received a number of entries already. Anyway, please do that. Okay. Anything else? We completed that chapter then. And then next geography class test is there. And the next week we will start another chapter, minerals and energy resources. Right? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so be ready with that textbook. The people, we don't have textbook with you people means you have to take a PDF copy and keep a printed copy of the same. Okay, clear or not? Melvin,
Yes, sir.
not Melvin, I'm calling Melvin here. Melvin is sitting with like a mechanic there. Lot of tools are on his table, I think so. Spanner, screwdriver, plier, cutting plier. Okay, what are the things, man? Please show that, Melvin.
Sir, nothing is there.
I can see all those things there. Huh? Why all those things? What is the need of those things then, man? Huh?
No, sir.
AK-47 gun. Okay, let it be. Okay, guys, thank you. We will meet in the next class. Thank you very much.